When I was younger, when people would ask me how I was, my default response each and every single time was to say good. Nothing more, nothing less. And the reason this is because my emotional self-awareness was not very high. It was quite low. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining what emotional self-awareness is and some qualities of people with high emotional self-awareness and some qualities of people that have low emotional self-awareness. And also some things that you can do to improve your self-awareness. Let's get straight into it. What is emotional self-awareness? As you guys can probably figure out, it is a competency in the EQI 2.0 model produced by MHS. And emotional self-awareness is your ability to understand how you're feeling and understand how your feelings and how you're presenting yourself and those feelings impact the people around you, just as much as it impacts yourself too. Some people with high emotional self-awareness, they are able to understand what they're feeling in that situation, and they are aware of how their feelings are impacting others. They are aware of how their feelings are impacting their actions, their words, their thoughts, and what this impact has on other people. For the people at the other side of the spectrum who their emotional self-awareness isn't as high, sometimes they could feel a little lost. I definitely did, because I didn't know how to respond. All I would say was good. Whereas now, I try to expand my vocabulary when people ask me how I am. I actually tell them how I am. And that is one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about today. That's one of the practical applications that has helped me improve my emotional self-awareness. When people ask me how I am, I stop, I pause, and then I tell them. I say how I am actually feeling, rather than telling them something that I think they want to hear. So that's one way to improve your emotional self-awareness. Another way is through journaling. This really helped me within the last 8 or so months. Through journaling, I've been able to recognize how I feel in certain situations, and also what my actions and my thoughts and my behavior, how that impacted other people. So they are 2 practical steps. And that, honestly, if you just start practicing that, you just start applying it to your everyday life, you will start seeing the benefits. You will start to realize that you're able to understand how you're feeling in different situations. And for me now, I don't journal as much as I did 4 or 5 months ago. However, I've built up the confidence and the courage to be able to do it live, to be able to understand how I'm feeling live. And, with practice, with time and consistency, you'll get there too. So if you take one thing from this video, I want you to practice trying to be aware of how you're feeling. And if you just try to acknowledge how you're feeling, you'll start to see the reward, just like I did. That's it from me today. A short video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Change starts with you.